Yeah, yeah.
So I'm starting a new one now.
Not okay.
So yeah, going back to it. Yeah. So whether we like it or not, we're part of something bigger, being the Lightverse. And if we do want, again, for not just casuals to take it seriously, we want proper studios to see this and someday be like, what are these guys doing over there? Then we gotta learn to work smarter with each other to put out like a united front. That way,
No, yeah, like I
more.
generally do.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
So yeah, more good quality stuff coming out from anyone who DJ trusts enough with the vision, and that only strengthens what it is that DJ is trying to build. And I have every hope, or at least I do hope that if or when a publisher says, yeah, DJ, come on, here we'll give you like an infinite budget, find who you need to make this happen, to make it happen, that he'd remember us and be like,
Nah, for real.
like not like they give him like $250,000 and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna find Jim Lee and Alex Ross to make this happen.
Right, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Like
I'm big
I'm like,
time
don't
now.
need you anymore.
he's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna need what's his name, Dan Mora, Jorge Jimenez.
Oh yeah,
I need these guys cooking. It's just like,
yeah.
Get in the kitchen now.
so yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
the sooner we can learn to collaborate more on Lightverse stuff, I think the closer we can get to getting the right set of eyes on what we're doing. So yeah, long story short,
Mhm.
anyway, why don't we just collab on a sheet? I can do a sketch, then you can take it from there.
Oh my gosh, are you being for real?
I'm being for real. Like maybe not like if for the sake of what it is DJ is trying to build. Like I know, however it might look, I'm an artist, but I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
I'm emotional, but I'm logical. I'm not gonna take it two ways. If DJ as a businessman is trying to find alternatives every now and then to make sure his vision
Yeah.
gets out there, because I know I'm not the cheapest guy around. Like in terms of quality, you're gonna get good quality from me, but you might have to break a leg or two to get that out.
I mean,
And
true though.
yeah,
You are high quality.
and DJ has a vision, and the fact that he has kept our relationship going this long it means more than anything he wants that vision to come to pass. And I'd
Aww.
hate
Oh my
for
gosh.
him his our loyalty to each other to get in the way of making that Lightverse idea come to pass. So like, you know, if it's a matter of doing what I can to collaborate with people to get more Lightverse content out, then I'm more than willing to do that, if that makes sense.
Oh my gosh.
So like, even if it's like
No.
minor characters or like
Right.
just a random idea he just wants to see it happen, I won't mind like just doing the sketch for that, and you know, other artists trying to pull out what it is I'm trying to do,
Yeah.
or pull out the vision,
Wait.
the rest of the vision from
I
that.
mean,
Mhm.
right now, it's just you and me. We're the only employees, so you can
Well,
come to me.
And that's how it starts. Like today it's you
yep.
and me. Tomorrow it's you, me, and Dupree. The next
Nah, for
day,
real. Okay, no, like, yeah, I do want to actually do that collab. Like, I don't know what character. James can decide the character, and then you do what you gotta do, and then you give it to
So,
me. I would love to complete
so,
it.
so, it'll work like this, Daff. I'll give you the base idea. You send me back something. I send something to Steph, and then so on.
yeah. Although, like, obviously, when it's cases like that,
Yeah.
I will. My sketches will probably be a lot cleaner than the base ones I normally
No, of course, of
normally
course.
send you to start with, because
No, yeah.
Oh
because
my gosh, and it's like so much easier too,
DJ
because
knows
we
like
both use Procreate.
yeah. So I'd probably send the Procreate file, not just like yeah, as opposed to a regular collab where I just send the PNG
Mhm.
or the JPEG. I'd be
Oh
down
yeah.
sending the Procreate like files.
Yeah,
So
you
Yeah.
can actually do that with me because like we both use the same program. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh.
yeah. So like, yeah,
Like,
this
why do I feel professional type shit? Like, what the hell?
because
Like,
That's what we're trying. That's what we're
that's
trying
what it
to.
is. We gotta fake it till you make
what
it,
the
Yeah.
man.
hell?
You gotta,
No,
yeah. So
bruh.
Yeah,
so that's another idea. So
Yeah,
yeah, man.
definitely let's do something with that.
Um, but yeah, like I said, Stephanie, I hope to add in to this team. I'm gonna give
You
him a test.
should. Did you
Like
fill
again,
it out
of course,
yet?
I want to. Huh?
Did you fill out the test you want to do yet? Or, like,
No,
the
I'll do
testing
that.
or something like that?
It, well, I know he's on break with you right now, so I don't want to get in
Yeah,
front of that.
yeah.
So
No,
when
but
he
if you
comes
have, like,
back, yeah, I'll have something.
yeah. Wait, no, I
Hmm.
wasn't, like, saying you need to give it to him right now. I was just saying if you have, like, any ideas.
Oh yeah. I got a few.
Ooh, you wanna say it? Or no?
Not right now, no.
Oh, okay.
man,
Why
she is
not?
ready
I'm
to
not gonna
go.
say anything. Like,
Well, I did give him a concept before. That was when he was still busy with school and stuff, but he wanted it. But I was like, I'll give you a piece of it. Just give me. It was another just a full body character reference. Not a detailed anything. It's just let me just see, where we're going with your style
yeah,
in this and uh. But again, he had school stuff, so we're gonna revisit
yeah.
that. Um, but it was the leader of the cult collective that's the bounty hunting corps that Koz is a part of, whose name is General Locke. He's a beast man, but he's like a dog man, basically.
Oh wait,
Uh,
I think I remember that. Him talking to me
yeah,
about that. You're trying to do it.
yeah. I wanted to obviously that was some time ago, so I've gone back to that idea and revised some things, which I'll provide that to Nin when it comes down to it, because I was up on a Power Rangers kick for a bit. And
Yeah.
one of my favorite Power Rangers characters is the Shadow Ranger.
Shadow
Um,
Saber.
Shadow Saber.
Whenever someone says the
Ew, he's
Shadow,
like that.
whenever someone says Shadow Ranger, that's the only thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah, the way the hand thing, like that's one of my favorite
bro,
pursuits of all time.
bro got that dog in him.
For real, man. We won't even ask how the helmet fits on his head.
That's
Nah, what the hell?
you don't need answers to that, man. It just is.
Yeah, it
It
just
just
is.
is. It just
Yeah,
is.
but yeah, Nin is basically he just needs to hand in his application and then he'll be on the team because he just hasn't done it yet. So when he does that, of course, uh, we'll cross that road. But there are people that I've been looking at um, that I would like to add to this. Not too many, of course. Not you don't want too many cooks, uh, but people I know and can trust and that are passionate about it.
Alright, just don't kick me off, bro. I
I don't
need
want.
this. I
I know, Steph.
need this.
Like
Please,
the
boss man,
SpongeBob
don't kick
pleading.
me off the team. I need this.
I need it, boss, please. But
I need
yeah,
this job.
I want to start making some moves. Or I want to. No, I shouldn't say that. I want to start ramping up production, or at least establishing something else. So that way, I know I can get to a point to be like, okay, now I can, breathe a little bit. Obviously, the cloud of Chapter Zero is there
Oh,
always, and we'll cross that road when we get there.
I swear, the moment Chapter Zero is
Yeah.
done, DJ is probably gonna find a porch, have himself a couple beers, even if he doesn't smoke, I don't know if he smokes or not, but he's gonna have a cigar in his
A
hand.
cigar.
He's gonna
I might have to for the one time, man.
sit down on that porch and just breathe. Like I fucking
Hell
Mhm.
no.
I fucking did it.
Yeah,
Hell no.
man. That because I'm not even worried about the well, I mean, part of it's in my head, of course, but I'm not even worried about what's next after that. It's just that it's like I tell everybody like this is like my working resume here. this thing besides the concepts and all the written information in the Discord. Um, this is my working resume, but it's also the culmination of not only myself and obviously what Daff was going to do, but all the people that have helped me get to this point here. And this is like step one
Yeah.
out of an unknown amount of steps.
Let me know though. Like, have you like outside of um the Lightverse before you got your feet wet with the Lightverse? Did you ever like do um like fan concepts for established fictional storylines? Like, did you ever have like a alternate? Did you ever see yourself writing for DC or Marvel or specific characters? Let me not say writing, but like
Uh,
just being involved in the direction of their stories or whatever.
yeah, like a one shot, definitely, or like an Elseworld story on a character. I feel like I could do a little like a limited run. It'd
Not
be like
not could you? Like, would you say you ever had that desire? Because I know, like,
uh
for an artist, they could be like, growing up, I always wanted to draw for DC. Or like, I'm starting to think from the storyteller's perspective, like, what are their dreams like when they're younger? Is it like, or I know you did have some
okay,
artistic intentions at a point, but
yeah.
in the chance that
Um,
you knew you wanted to write, did you ever want to have the desire to write for existing or established characters?
uh, to be honest, no. Only because I didn't become uh fluent in the whole writing thing until uh 2019.
I see.
Oh my
So
gosh, really? Damn.
yeah, growing up, I was always a consumer. But then when I first got into the online niche of being in more ingrained in pop culture and everything, I didn't have the a specific issue to fall back on and be like, this was my why. It was like I was just a fan of all comics. I was a fan of anime, and I wanted to do something of my own to a fault. So as it's kind of like in reverse, like as I've gotten older, I've become even more of a fan than I was when I was younger, where I was just consuming the media wherever I could get it,
Mm.
whenever and wherever type stuff. So I never really had that thought.
Oh,
I
that's
think
actually really
in
interesting.
comparison, yeah, in comparison to what I've done, like I'll look at a run of a character and it'll be like, wow, like I don't like these themes that are being depicted in this thing. I'm going to do my own thing and then tell the story that I want to,
Bro,
just
not
with
my
my
mouth.
own.
Like
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing,
No,
bro.
no, no, no.
like a Boy Scout,
But
like a Boy Scout Red Hood.
a little bit. So, I've had those thoughts like while looking at a run of a character and being like, wow, if I wrote them, I would write A, B, and C. But it never had been like a goal to be like one day I'm gonna be in DC and I'm gonna be writing for this character or whatever. I
Yeah.
never had that thought, but it's always something like as someone that loves these characters, loves this niche, and critiques them and makes my own stories with my own characters. Uh, it's something I look at and observe, and I'm like, you know what, I could I do it? Yes. Have I had the wantingness to be like I want to write for DC one day or Marvel or whatever? No, that hasn't been a dream or a goal of mine.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because boy, I do not envy those people. Like,
Oof,
you just go on Twitter at any
man.
random day and you just see some guy just shitting on shitting on a certain run on a certain character's story. I always feel like sorry for these writers that um obviously like I don't see them reading these comments and just being affected by it, but like I just imagine reaching the point where you like um you eventually working doing your dream job And then some years down the line, some dickwad just goes online and just has a banger tweet, literally shitting on what was probably months of work in your life, and you just have to take it like charge it to the game.
Man, you don't go swimming uh, worrying about being wet, right? Uh,
Fair enough.
that's that's kind of where I've always had it, and I thought about that too. It's like, one day when I get to that point where I put out a specific thing with the Lightverse, I wonder what it'll be like to look at a video one day, the Lightverse iceberg, or why this character sucked. And don't get me wrong, like, of course, like I'm a competitive person and all that other stuff. So, but I have the fortitude to look at something and be like, all right, I'm not gonna let this affect me. I'm just like, there's a million and one opinions everywhere. It's what you want to do at the end of the day, man. Life's too short, type stuff. So for me, I know that day's gonna come where someone is like getting me pretty good. Like I'm gonna read it like, damn, man, I'm getting cooked. He's cooking me pretty good right now. I'm beating my ass,
Yeah, not gonna lie, he has a
and
point.
yeah, and I'm gonna take those lashings, and of course, whether that person is being honest with their intentions or not, that's up to them or whatever. But I'm not gonna invest myself in a reaction. I don't really make myself available to that. But the way I look at it from a business perspective is any publicity is good publicity because it's getting more eyes, whether they're yelling or just talking about it. So I will welcome that with open arms, and I'll be like, I'll be reading it back. I'm like maybe I'll do a video and I'll read these comments and I'll be just
Mm.
laughing. I'm like, man, that was a good one, man. I'm tearing up a little bit right now reading it, but I'm laughing through the pain.
But like,
Laughing to the pain.
how would you react though if it's absolute dog shit the criticism, but people just seem to be like circulating that. Like if the reasoning for why that person in particular, maybe let's just say they have a big enough platform to make a splash in the pool
Mhm.
when they drop their
Yeah,
opinion about something, but like when they're talking about the Lightverse, it's for the
yeah.
most mundane shit. They're gonna be like, what's what what does someone from New England know about Tokyo, and uh why is what reason do they have to justify creating a character such as this? It's just cultural appropriation. Like, you know,
Yeah.
obviously talking about the characters that have a Japanese background, for example,
Hmm.
and they're gonna it's just absolute dog shit. The reasoning for why they're criticizing uh your work at that point in time. Like, how do you react to that?
Part of me is always just like ignore it and consider and keep doing what you're doing because there might be an even bigger fish. Uh, there's one side of that. Of course, you always want to have people know, like, hey, man, I'm gonna stand on business and defend what's mine. Um, and that video coming out of breaking down, like, all right, guys, like, look, everybody can hold their opinion. Like the disclaimer is like everybody is the right to their opinion, right or wrong.
Mm.
Um, and I respect that. This is just my take on their opinion, and this is coming from the horse's mouth, obviously.
Holy
So,
shit!
in
Well,
how
you're
I
gonna address
state
it.
things, hmm?
You're gonna address it. I guess
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I
I guess.
would. I
I,
think
I guess it's fair
maybe
to
just once, but not
in the
not not in a
in
way
the
to
early
attack
days.
it.
Yeah, in the early days.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
when
Like
character.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't attack the. You don't attack the person. You attack the information.
Yeah.
Um, and the only way you beat bad information is with good information.
Right.
Um, and it's always up to, like, you're never going to be like, guys, listen to me, I'm right. Obviously, it's like it's almost like a child, right, where you have to tell them, like, look, this is what the layout is, this is how it was when I did it, or this is my perspective in doing this stuff, and it's obviously not disrespectful in any way because these things are being celebrated through these characters. They're not being stereotyped. They're not being looked down upon or made into jokes. Uh, so if someone feels some type of way about it, I can't control their reaction, no matter how good. I can put out, the greatest story, the greatest looking character ever, the hottest character. It's gonna be ugly to somebody. Someone's not gonna like this. So,
Yeah, that always
uh,
surprises me.
yeah, so I'm like, being objective and having that nuance to be like, I don't, I can see this person put effort into this, but it's just not for me. Versus this is shit and horrible, and you should not be reading this. It's like, okay, now, like, where are the grounds for that? Why shouldn't they? Is that based off of what you feel, or is that based off of fact? Like, don't read this. This will actually fuck up your day. Versus, I just really don't like this, but I know that other people will, and that's how I've carried on with my stuff with, like, even with Daiku and the stuff that he does. I'm like, well, this is the character I made in this way, and this is what he does. If you don't like it, well, then that's, sucks to suck.
People be like,
But if you do, hey man,
people be like, Saiyans would never do that. How many brown-haired
right,
Saiyans do you know? That's some bullshit.
exactly.
They'll say it keeps a harem.
So I feel like that's the thing about when you're writing people that aren't real,
Yeah.
where it's like, bro, there's a reason why, like, that the
It's called
nonfiction
fiction,
tag
bro.
or the fiction tag, it exists for a reason. So, like,
People
that,
always just find a way to just get funnier to me. Like
yeah,
the further we move as a race, the further we progress as a race, it's just the um, funnier some certain situations and circumstances tend to be. Because, for example, now, I haven't seen Ironheart, but I've
yep,
heard so much about it already, like against my
same,
will, and it just makes me feel like, because I don't know, I guess I did watch Black Panther 2, and
yeah,
I didn't rewatch it, but from what I remember, I didn't see myself having any issues with the character Riri Williams at that
hmm,
time. So, like, people reacting this way when it's not the first time they've encountered this character just makes me feel, I don't know, like, is the hate justified, or is it just the usual BS?
yeah,
And but it's so strong. Like, the
hmm,
negative commentary is so strong that it's making me think that, what could they be right? Could there be something worth avoiding in this?
hmm,
But I don't want to entertain that thought. I've always appreciated the fact that I approach MCU content on from the optimistic side. Excuse me, optimistic side, and I never want to lose that. When it comes to the topic of me, uh, when it comes to the topic of me watching MCU stuff, but
hmm,
it just makes me, just, I guess, as a creative, imagine putting all that time into a project, and even rightly so, they did, some of the critiques mentioned that this is a project that had been delayed for so long, and they're speculating is because they knew the problems that they were gonna have with this. So why did they still launch it? And I'm just like, these sound like pretty techie arguments,
hmm,
but yeah, I just don't know what to believe. But yeah, it just made me fearful for, like, any original content I'd put out. Like, would people be this critical? But then again,
yeah,
like, I guess it's because the MCU, it's Marvel comic characters. People already had opinions about how
hmm,
certain characters should be written, or how certain legacies should be honored, or whatever. So it's more of that than people's honest opinions on the original work that I would be putting out anyway. Not me therapizing myself in the middle of a conversation. Jeez. But yeah.
Yeah,
While I can
yeah,
anyway, I will say I've gone this far as far as renders are concerned. But yeah, what I did notice was her right breast is definitely a few cups larger than her left breast. So I'm gonna have to like push that a bit with my fingers when I can. I'm not gonna
yeah.
let you know how, but I definitely will be pushing those breasts at a point in time.
Hmm.
It will happen. You don't have to. Don't ask why or how. I will push
All
the
right.
breasts. But yeah.
Well, you know me. You stay with the larger one, obviously.
Yeah, because I think I remember someone talking about light versus proportions, and that being an actual thing somewhere out there. Do we go with
Yeah,
light
I
versus
think the quote was
proportions?
light versus level bustiness.
Light versus level bustiness. Oh my god.
Uh,
Have you seen like stuff on that new get Mecha Break? Have you seen any content from Mecha Break?
yes, I
Bro, like
played it.
you
I
played it.
know what's up.
Oh yes.
Yep, I know it. I know it. Hey,
This nigga.
uh,
Like in the character creation uh menus when it comes to
yep.
bust, you just go. It goes from zero to light verse.
Yeah, I actually had a real life. I swear to anything, I had a real life friend make a thing about that because he's a fan of Lucifa. He's like, I can finally make Lucifa in game. I'm like, well, she isn't really flying around a mecha, but I understand what you mean.
Bruh, you gotta. Have you? Is it like your? Is it a guilty pleasure, or could you possibly post screens from playing the game?
Um, I haven't taken. I was gonna start using it for like random character ref, but I don't. I think it'll be on Game Pass actually in a few days.
Yeah.
Uh, so that'll probably have space for that uh, when it comes out. I know Lucifer was it Lucifer and DK were like. I know there if there's a reference list of them, I know they're at the top. They're tied at the top.
Mm-hmm.
um, I know there were the guys that reminds me of the guys that were asking, can you make an ugly character for once? I was like,
I don't think
try.
next time they ask you, just say I don't think Daff would let me.
Yeah, right. It's just like I don't think Daft would let me, and in my heart of hearts, I'm like, nah.
Like if you don't want to seem like vain, that's your card. Because when I get asked as well, why don't you always draw like curvy characters or muscular characters? Right? Where's the love for the fat chicks? Where's the love for the skinny guys? I'm like, I don't think my clients will let me. I don't want to be drawing that. I don't want to be
Right,
drawing, but
right.
I'm just gonna tell them like, yeah, my clients will. It's what they ask for that I do. Like, I wish I could, but it's what they want me to do.
Yeah, yeah. They're paying me to do the flips. They're not paying me to do the you know.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So like, likewise, if you get asked that, we can tag on it. You can just be like, I don't think Daph
Yeah,
would
man.
let me.
It's like, hey, Lucifer is proportioned this way. And it's like, well,
Hey, well, how
I
about
don't think that
How about Lucifer's half sister, the ugly one?
right. Does it run in the family? Like,
She got
well,
a she got a hunch
donate
she
to
got a
find out more
she
at
got a
that point,
she got a hunchback and a pot belly.
right? Like the Wicked Witch of the West or something.
Wicked Witch of the Woody West.
Yeah, man. You're like, what happened? Be like, well, or it'll be she wasn't drawn by Daff. Be like, oh, that's the reason why.
It's because I drew her.
Come on,
Yeah,
Steph.
oh yeah, or maybe
No,
Stephanie will do
no,
I
Steph.
hate Lucifer, bruh. I'll get her wrong.
No, you're gonna do. Stephanie's gonna do the furry verse.
it.
The flavors? Wait, you might be cooking with that, Loki.
The light verse
God help us.
AU, like one of the what ifs is what if they were transported to the furry verse, and there's like a furry alternate of each of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm
That being
sorry,
said,
James.
though, I was actually showing how far I've gone because I had to step away for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hmm.
I'm gonna start processing the recordings and then getting them to you.